Welcome to the Business Spotlight podcast. My name is David Beeson. I am your host for today's conversation. And my guest today is Aubrey Hall, the owner of Town Hall Marketing. We are going to be talking about her business, journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek of what it's really like to build and operate a business. Aubrey, welcome to the show and thank you for being here today. I would love for you to give us a little bit of background of who you are and tell us a little bit about your business as well.
Sure. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. My name is Aubrey Hall. I run Town Hall Marketing, which is a digital marketing company that was um, I never set out to start a marketing business. I wanted to help. It started out as wanting to help our community business owners stay in business and get noticed. It was meant to build a bridge and fill the gap and help business owners tell their story, understand social media, use it efficiently and effectively, maybe create a marketing strategy for their business. And it came from a sense of wanting to build community, which is why Town Hall is kind of two purpose hall, my last name, and Town Hall, like a place to bring people together. And so that's kind of the origin story of Town Hall Marketing.
Awesome. Awesome. So, generally speaking, just to kind of set a stage for the viewers and
Yeah.
listeners, what does your current ownership structure look like? Are you the sole founder and owner? Do you have a business partner, outside investors?
Yeah, so I'm a solo founder. I do have an amazing part-time associate that helps me manage our clients, and then my husband helps me run the organization as well. Is kind of an advisor, part
Awesome.
owner situation. Yeah.
Yeah. So what does your current like day to day look like? Like, take me through a day of Aubrey.
Oh my gosh, a day of Aubrey. You want me to start with the mompreneur side of me? So got to get up and make sure all the kids get out of the door. And then I eventually make it to my office after we get everyone dropped off. And sitting down and kind of I like to start the day with list making, kind of a brain dump. And so just writing down all the things that are in my head, otherwise they stay in there and it's really overwhelming. So kind of sitting down and, reviewing all my client work and seeing what I have to do. Often with some of my larger organizations, it's meetings throughout the day, collaborating, checking in with clients to see what's going on. I've got a few big projects, and so there's sometimes more meetings. Often I travel. I have clients that are out of state, and so I, have on-sites once a month when I do have those clients, and we'll fly out, fly in really quick, spend a day creating content, coaching, reviewing past content with them, and then flying back and doing the mom thing when I get home at night. And it's a balance, right? Like juggling
Yeah.
all the time. So
Yeah.
it's good though.
I'm gonna
It's a good busy.
yeah, me and my wife are actually expecting a kid, so we're gonna be doing a lot of that balancing here coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah, our
congratulations.
thank you. We're due in April. So,
Do
yeah.
you guys know if it's a boy or girl?
Not yet. We find out on November 8th, so next week.
Soon.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, we're
Congratulations.
excited. She really wants a boy. I'm over here like I just want a healthy baby. I do
Yes.
not care. Just
Yeah,
healthy baby. Um, so the gender, I don't care. But she's like, it's a boy.
boy. Gender reveal party?
Yeah, we're having a gender reveal party. It'll be pretty fun.
That's so fun. I wish those were around when I was younger and having babies.
Um, so when you look at your role, how many hours do you spend working in your business? So like the job, and how many on the business? So strategy planning, things like that.
Oh gosh, to be honest, I work on the business, in the business, I guess, the majority of the time, to be honest. And I think other business owners will relate. It's hard to be a, you know, solo entrepreneur, and not be in the weeds and do the work and find the time for that kind of business development. I am full transparency, trying to build in systems where I am actually working on growing the business and scaling and business development. And I think, as talking to other business owners, I think that's kind of a common struggle.
Yeah. So why'd you choose to go into business for yourself as opposed to working for someone else? What was that transition like for you?
Oh gosh, I don't know if you saw my notes, but I was a nurse for 16 years. And I started working from home maybe at like year 10, 12 of nursing and started doing remote hospital work with my hospital in Texas. Um, and my husband's job moved us around a little bit, and I was able to take my job with me since I was already working remote. Um, During that time, I was kind of always kind of into social media and marketing, and I got my master's degree while I was working full time and had the three kids, and I got focused on marketing and nonprofit administration at the time. So I already knew, I guess, that I wasn't going to go to nursing. So fast forward, we move one more time, and my hospital in Baylor's like, it turns out we can't have an employee in the state of Washington. And so for the first time, I'm looking at being unemployed ever. And my husband and I sat down and he's like, this would be a really good time for you to try and see if you can turn the side hustle into something. And so, we kind of put a timeline on it. We kind of said a year, we'll give it a year and see what I can do with it. And COVID hit. And
Mm,
suddenly all the small businesses needed to be online, around me. And I'd kind of been networking. And so it kind of grew organically from that. And one client after another reached out and had heard of me. And it just kind of was all word of mouth. And that's how it got started, truly.
yeah, that's awesome. That's a great story.
And it's
Um,
kind of crazy.
yeah. So what makes your business unique? How do you communicate what makes your business stand out against your competitors?
So it took me a while to hone in on healthcare. Like I did a lot of small business owners and local businesses and real estate, which I still very much enjoy. And I think that's the heart of my business. But then I got my healthcare client a couple of years ago, and I was like, holy cow, I can still use all of my nursing background and healthcare knowledge and healthcare expertise. And I think that's what sets me apart in the healthcare world. Like I can get
Yeah.
in and speak the language. I get how hospitals work. I can speak with the healthcare administration team, the CEOs, the nurses, all the way down to the techs and speak the language. And I understand what patients need translated, right? And so I think that's what sets me apart when I am talking to healthcare leaders and trying to kind of pitch my service against other healthcare marketing or marketing agencies is that I have this decade and a half of healthcare experience, um, and can navigate it. And so I think it's just kind of a partnership, and authentic storytelling and knowing, medical lingo. That's a big deal. And knowing how
Yeah.
to translate that for patients. Because, the social media side and the digital side is where patients are doing their healthcare research nowadays. And if what I help a hospital put out helps someone make a healthcare decision that's going to benefit them in the long run, then I feel like I've done my job, and I still feel like I'm kind of nursing and helping patients.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, like for me, I don't know healthcare lingo at all. So it's, I think being able to know that, especially with your expertise, I bet that helps a lot.
Oh, it's huge. And the healthcare clients that I have can kind of let me run with it, right? And you build
Yeah.
that trust after the first few go rounds, and they're like, okay, clearly she knows what she's talking about. She knows how to explain this to patients, and we'll just let her run with it. And so it helps them save time and resources, and just they can trust that their organization is represented well online.
Yeah. What is one thing you wish more people knew about your business?
Oh gosh, it's so funny because I'm looking at my laptop a lot and my phone a lot, right? And so it's not just posting that a lot. Or, my kids will say, or, you're just playing online again or just scrolling. And it's not just posting, it's a strategy, it's marketing, it's getting into people's minds and understanding where they're at, especially in healthcare, right? It takes for any consumer, it takes them so many exposures to take action. But if you've got someone who's worried about some kind of healthcare malady or concern, and they have not had great experiences with healthcare or are hesitant to, go to their local doctors or whatever, it's meaningful in that way. And I think the other thing is when I work with clients or do coaching, I think the other thing is that it doesn't have to be complicated. You
Yeah.
know, it's simple, it's genuine, it's showing the people, and it's just being consistent, and it's so the beauty of social media and digital is it doesn't have to be perfect either, just honest and true and show up.
Yeah.
That's
No, I mean,
really it.
yeah, I mean, I agree. I have a background in digital marketing. I do
Right.
videography, and a lot of people are just like, "Oh yeah, you're just posting stuff." And it's like, "No, I have to do a lot of strategy. I have to do a lot of meetings, a lot of figuring out exactly what the client wants, what works well that the client wants. It's a lot." So I completely agree with you.
Yes, it's so much more than just, pulling up with your phone. And there's a lot of coordination, scheduling and working around patients and doctors and nurses' schedules. And often I'll be at a hospital and we'll have to just scrap the whole thing because obviously emergencies come first. And
Yep.
so, um, but honestly, and then, they expect a huge production sometimes and lights and camera and action. And sometimes it's as simple as like taking a walk with someone and putting it on your phone and getting an honest conversation about their experience.
Yeah. For me, I kind of do a bit of both. It just depends because I went to
Yeah,
school for film and TV, so I can do the bigger production
right,
stuff. But a lot of
right.
times I ask them, I'm like, "Hey, your idea that you're coming to me with, do you want to spend as much money as it's gonna cost you for me to come here and set everything up like that?" I was like, "I can do it, but
Right.
cost effectiveness maybe won't be the best thing there." So,
Yes. And you
well,
you touch on a good point there because like most of my clients are rural healthcare clients.
hmm
Because the big hospitals, the Baylors and the, Mayos and whatnot, they have marketing departments, right? They have internal teams of people and production teams and whatnot. And so most of my clients are the rural hospitals that, you know, don't have a marketing department. They don't even have someone who, they might not even have someone who has a background in marketing. And
yeah,
so they've just got someone delegated who volunteered to do social media and make flyers and has an understanding of putting things out, but maybe not the strategy. And so, fractional marketing is a big deal for these hospitals because they're not spending the overhead on, having a full time. And whether I come in and just coach the person who's in the role, um, or I take it over entirely and, become their fractional digital marketing person. So
yeah,
it's cool.
yeah. No, I definitely agree. So, kind of funny enough, transitioning to marketing for yourself.
Uh,
I'm curious, how what successful strategy are you using for your business, town hall marketing?
right. So obviously I have to practice what I preach, right? And so
Yeah,
that kind of was, a little bit of a hurdle, right? Because I'm always like, show up, show your face, show your personality. You've got to be online. And so for me, I haven't had to market myself a lot, to be honest. It's all been very word of mouth and referrals and connections. But I am coming into this new phase, as I mentioned earlier, trying to do more business development and how I want to be more proactive in marketing and for town hall marketing.
yeah,
Um, and what's the expression? I'm terrible at expressions about the cobbler's shoes being last, or like I'm probably grasping for straws here, but basically, like, it's hard to work on your own business and practice what you preach
yeah,
because you're so into, running your business. So, for me, I try to be present and have a digital footprint and show up regularly so that I can, when my clients are looking at what I'm saying, they're seeing that I'm also executing it for me. It's harder to be consistent, right? Because I put my stuff last, like after I'm creating content and writing copy and doing all this thing for all of my clients. At the end of the day, honestly, it's off to soccer games and things like that. But trying to be more consistent, showing up on
yeah,
LinkedIn, using the platforms appropriately depending on who my audience is, right? Like I feel like my bigger healthcare clients are on LinkedIn. My fun local clients and realtors are on Instagram. And so trying to put more fun content there. Facebook, the catch-all, putting
yeah,
both on there because it's still, a huge platform. So funny and professional. Whereas my LinkedIn and Instagram are kind of more fun and more professional.
yeah,
So, and there's always opportunities, right? Like I've got I don't want to mention it. I got to work on my website.
Oh, I'm the same way. I understand.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I study a lot of the algorithms for social media. I've been doing that for
Mhm.
like 5 years or so, and they're always changing, but I know kind of
Gosh,
what works for each algorithm, except
yeah.
LinkedIn, man. I cannot crack LinkedIn. I've tried so many
do,
times.
do not sleep on LinkedIn, man. It is
Yeah.
so beneficial to be active and engaged on LinkedIn. And I've kind of been doing an experiment on my own accounts this last maybe 6 months and just posting very regularly on there and going with this thought leader kind of perspective versus like promoting town hall marketing. And it has been really, really good.
I need to try. I need to give it another shot because I did LinkedIn for like 2 months and I didn't really see a whole lot. But then I keep hearing more people in the marketing sphere being like, "You got to get on LinkedIn. You got to do LinkedIn." Like I have an
Yeah.
account, I just haven't posted in probably like 6 months. So it's like I just need to get back into the groove of LinkedIn.
Yeah. What about X? Are you on? Are you or
I am on X. I do use X. I don't love it, but I do
yeah.
try.
And
Tar
Thread.
Threads I don't
So
use at all. Threads I don't use at all. Yeah, I haven't used Threads at all. I don't know. Is it still like doing well?
it is. I honestly did not know if it would take off, but and honestly not using it. I have an account like you on LinkedIn, but I just kind of peek at it every now and then.
Yeah.
But it looks like it is up and running and doing really well, and there's a lot of conversations happening there. So it's on my to-do list.
Interesting. Yeah, I need to look back into Threads. So, kind of switching to like team. I do you have any team members for Town Hall Marketing? Is it just you?
It's me, and I have a part-time kind of digital engagement and account manager. She is phenomenal. She helps me create content, write copy, and keep up with engagement. So, commenting, messaging, building relationships. She's phenomenal. Also a veteran spouse, and mompreneur. So very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
awesome.
is so meaningful to have someone in your corner, who is gonna treat your business, as if it was their own. It's irreplaceable,
Yeah.
invaluable.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have plans to like expand the team or anything, or are you kind of like working at that? You're like in the two-man team right now.
I'm kind of a two-man team, but it's tough because you want to scale, but then I've got to hire, but then I often find that for like especially local businesses, like when times are tough, the outsourced people are usually
Hmm.
the first, you've got to save money. And so, which I totally understand. And so that makes, the hiring, having someone on a little tough. I have some strategic partners, that when people ask me for services that I don't do in the digital space, like websites and things like that, um, that I refer to and work with. Um, I'd love to have a bigger team in the next 3 to 5 years and offer even a wider range of services.
Yeah.
So yes, business development 2026.
No, I mean I agree completely. I mean with my marketing side, I more just contract people when I need them because
Yeah.
it's hard to and like you said, I mean, you're normally the marketing outsource people are normally the first ones to go if something's going to
Yeah.
get cut. So
Right.
it's tough to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to hire this guy full time as being like one of my employees or whatever. And then it's like, oh, well, now I haven't gotten a gig in 2.5 months. I don't really know what to do here. So,
Right. And it's so tough. And I think people will go, oh, I have a niece or nephew who does social media or who's good on it, and they're just going to run it for me, you
mhm.
know. So yes, it's tough to balance, but the goal is to grow town hall marketing.
Yeah, awesome. Well, are you ready to transition to some rapid fire questions?
Okay, go.
All right. What is the key to success for you?
Oh my gosh. Consistency and connection is what has really built town hall marketing. That has been the key for town hall marketing. And for me personally, in my workspace, consistency and connection with people is what fuels me as a person. And then that's what has, kept clients happy and kept them coming through the door. So show up, do good work, keep
Awesome.
relationships.
What is your one piece of advice for other business owners?
Don't wait to start. I think I did that for a long time. Don't wait to start. Just start. You learn on the way, you know, take all the lessons as you go. Just don't wait for things to be perfect. I know that's said a lot, but really just start. I have to
Yeah.
tell you a story here. I know you're doing rapid fire, but like I had no plans, walked up to someone at a restaurant that I loved, and I noticed there was nothing on their social media. And I walked up and I was like, hey, do you need help with your social media? And they were like, yes, 100%. And that's literally how I got my first client. And they were like, send me a contract. Had nothing, ran home, typed everything up, done.
That's awesome.
Yes. So anyway, don't wait for perfection.
Yeah, I love that. So this is kind of a fun question. If you had a little bit of magic dust and you could pick one spot in your business to sprinkle in, everything would be perfect. Where would it be and why?
Oh gosh. If I didn't have to deal like so good at creativity, if I have to pat myself like my strengths, creativity and the work of town hall marketing, but the administrative side of it, if I could just sprinkle magic dust and all of that could be perfect and taken care of for me as far as like bookkeeping and taxes and
Yeah,
filing for this, that, and the other. If I could sprinkle magic dust on all of that and have it be perfect, that would be a huge win.
that's awesome. Um, Before we get into the final question of the day, would you want to share with your audience how they can follow you, learn more, contact you?
Yes, I am on Instagram as Town Hall Marketing. You'll find me on LinkedIn as Aubrey Hall and Town Hall Marketing, and then of course on Facebook. And you can find me on my website, www.townhallmarketing.com.
Awesome. Well, we've come to the final question of the day, and that is what is most inspiring to you today?
Um, Most inspiring to me today is kind of seeing small hospitals, clinics, and entrepreneurs doing work that impacts people's lives. I think that is the most inspiring thing, hearing that we've reached more people in healthcare, that more people have sought healthcare, that more people came in for their routine screenings. Um, I think that is really inspiring me to continue doing the work in the healthcare industry. And then I think for my small business clients, it's just really inspiring to see them grow and gain confidence and, with encouragement over time, showing up on social media, imperfect or perfect, and growing their businesses. So I think that's the most inspiring thing to me.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, this was a great conversation, and I really enjoyed getting to hear your story. So thank you so much for sharing. Also, I just
Thank,
encourage all of you watching to save this show and come back and watch it again because Aubrey really did have some great insights for business.
thank
Uh,
you. Thanks for having me.
of course. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so that we get notifications every time a new conversation drops, just like this one. Thank you to everyone who joined us today, and a special thanks to you, Aubrey, for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll see you all in the next episode.